y'all, what's good, beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I'm here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video, you will be notified. So jumping right into it, yes, I did take a 3-day weekend. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I wasn't going to. I just wanted to say that I was actually going to get up and do a video yesterday, but the night before on Sunday, I didn't get no sleep. I didn't get no great sleep. Unfortunately, I ended up not going to bed until like 3 o'clock, and then I had to get up and start work, so I was unable to wake up earlier than my actual work shift to do the video. And today is kind of the same thing. I did go to sleep a little bit earlier, but I was still pretty tired, so I decided to just take my lunch break, which I'm on right now, and do this video. Also, this is my spa head wrap. This is usually what I would put on my hair at nighttime when I'm getting ready to do my face wash routine. I'm wearing it today because it is hot and I didn't feel like wrapping my hair up on the top of my head where it can get all hot and sweaty, so I'm letting my hair flow today, and I just put this on to keep the hair out of my face. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that really quickly. Jumping into the news. So I did actually get a chance to check emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of July, and we do have 7 states that has been approved, so you know I will give you that information, of course, at the end of the video. And as always, if you guys are hearing that noise in the background, that is my fan. I'm going to try to project my voice, but we are well into summer weather. It has been nothing but high 80s and 90s for the last, I want to say, 5 to 7 days, so I do apologize for that noise, but y'all already know I can't survive without the fan. So we're going to jump into some information about the inflation. So we have Janet Yellen, which is the, I think, Treasury Secretary. This came out 2 days ago. It says U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen speaking to ABC's this week on Sunday said that unacceptably high inflation is locked in for the rest of the year, okay, especially after it accelerated to a 4-decade high of 8.6 in May. According to Yellen, the reason for this high inflation is a combination of disrupted energy supply because of the unfortunate situation that's going on between Russia and Ukraine, and the lack of goods coming from China, which has been dealing with lockdowns due to the pandemic. Yellen also added that these factors are unlikely to diminish immediately. But Yellen also said that while she expects the economy to slow, she doesn't believe a recession is inevitable. She pointed out that the U.S. labor market is at its strongest in the post-war period, and the inflation should slow down over the next few months. So I'm confused. She said it's not likely to slow down, but then in the end she says that it's going to slow down over the next few months. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Piggybacking off of that, I think this is the same exact article written by somebody else. Yes. So we're going to move on from that. This is actually a story that I came across yesterday, and I wanted to share with you guys, not necessarily news, but we have, this is word for word, white parents chase a black teacher out of town over CRT fears. If you don't know what that is, it is critical race theory, before following her to the next town. So there is a distinguished black educational leader was hounded out of 2 different Georgia school districts within months of her hiring, as conservative groups and angry white parents protested, again, word for word, these are not my words, protested what they falsely believe was the introduction of critical race theory into their schools. According to the new ProPublica report, educator Cecilia Lewis was by all accounts a beloved teacher or leader throughout her educational career, okay? When she left a position as a principal at a school in Maryland in 2021, they created a wall to honor her, featuring her signature sign-off and messages to students. This is what it is. If no one's told you they care about you today, know that I do, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can do about it, okay? However, things took a turn as she prepared for a new job in Georgia's Cherokee School District, a newly created position focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, okay? The district was initially enthusiastic about the new hire, mentioning Ms. Lewis's impressive credentials and enthusiasm for the role, and noting how the DEI, which is the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion work initiative in the district, stems from input from parents, employees, and students of color, okay? Ms. Lewis told ProPublica she began getting strange calls from district administrators warning her not to mention CRT, a concept she had never heard of. Critical race theory, a high level of academic concept about the influence and forms structural racism, is virtually never taught below the university level. But that didn't stop Cherokee County parents from rallying against it, barraging the district with form letters. Okay, someone from the area even sent a letter to Miss Lewis's old district warning that they didn't want a black Yankee in their schools. People on social media began sharing sightings of Miss Lewis, even though she remained in Maryland ahead of the new school year. Things boiled over at a May 2021 school board meeting. At the mention of Miss Lewis's hiring, parents pounded on the windows and screamed no. I did actually see that video. I'm going to see if I can find it, but I did actually see a little bit of that video on social media of parents standing outside of the actual, I guess, conference or area where they were having the conference to see if they want to actually allow her to do her job. To sum it up and make it simple for you guys, at the end of the day, she lost her job, and then she moved on to another school in the same state. She was hired there, and people who were against this from the previous town went to the following town and made sure that she didn't start employment there. Based off of everything that I've read from this article, it seems like she was completely unaware that critical race theory was an issue. I don't even think she'd heard of that term. Maybe it was known as something else, or maybe she thought she was coming in and providing education based off of what the standards were, because when you get a little bit lower into this article, she actually says that everything that she was going to teach was a part of the school curriculum, meaning it was approved already by somebody else. So I'm not really understanding why people in that town, well, I do know why, but I'm not really understanding why the administrators of that school would allow the teachers to rally against something that they obviously had to approve in order for her to be hired in the first place. It doesn't make any sense to me, but if you guys are in Georgia and if you are part of this crowd, shame on you, because if she didn't know, she didn't know. And to have people rallying against you and stopping you from earning a living, you know, I can imagine she changed her whole life. She was living in a completely different state. She was living in Maryland, and she moved over to another state to start a job and then end up not being able to work. I don't know what she's going to do at this point. If she has any other job offers, of course, it doesn't say that, but there was she says that the violent reaction persuaded, well, the article says the violent reaction persuaded her to resign, obviously. She says, I wholeheartedly fell in love with the Cherokee County when I came to visit and accepted the position. But somehow I got caught in the crossfire of lies, misinformation, and accusations, which have a zero basis, okay? But things didn't end there. It goes on to talk about how angry parents tracked her to her next job, a social studies leadership role in Cobb County, one of the state's larger districts, and again, Barrage District leader. She felt the complaints led to her being sidelined at work, and she resigned again for the second time in 1 year. I did nothing, she said, but showed up to work, signed a contract, agreed to do what I was asked to do in the job description. But nobody's going after the actual administrators or the district leaders or any of that. They're going after the employee that signed a contract. That makes no sense. Moving on from that, we want to talk about money. I don't know why my phone just jumped to a whole completely different area. Let me get this loaded back up again. But I did find an article discussing some possible monthly payments again. It says millions of Americans could receive up to $350 in monthly payments under the new federal plan. In 2021, you guys know that we had the maximum child tax credit benefit of $3,600 thanks to a boost under the American Rescue Act. However, that is set to return to $2,000, which is what it was before 2021, as Congress has failed to extend it. And not only that, but 3.7 million children have been thrown back into poverty, according to a study from Columbia University. But now Republican Senators Mitt Romney, Richard Burr, and Steve Daines have sponsored a plan that would give families up to $350 per month or $4,200 a year. This would be higher than the maximum $300 benefit under the last year's temporary measure, okay? Despite being the bedrock of our country, there's perhaps never been a more challenging time than today to raise a family, Mr. Romney said. We must do better to help families meet the challenges they face as they take on the most important work any of us will ever do, raising our society's children. However, there's one catch to the child tax credit that would come as a surprise to many families that hasn't been the case in the past, okay? The plan looks similar to the one that Mr. Romney pitched earlier this year. The updated version, however, has a more specific list of work requirements. Under the Family Security Act 2.0, families must have earned at least $10,000 in the previous year to get the full child tax credit benefit. If you earn less than that, you'll get a benefit proportional to whatever you earned, okay? For example, a family earning $5,000 with a 4-year-old would receive 50% of their $4,200 benefit because they earned 50% less of the $10,000 earning target, okay? I don't know. Those with kids between 6 and 17 would get $250 per month or $3,000 a year. Meanwhile, the earnings cap will be $200,000 for single filers, and of course double that at $400,000 for couples filing jointly. Okay, above those thresholds, the benefits are slashed by $50 for every $1,000 earned in your annual income. Okay, of course it's going to take them 90 years plus a decade to actually get this completed, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see, just like everything else. Now, moving on to emergency SNAP maximum benefits for the month of June. Really quickly, I'm going to go through the June payout dates that have yet to be dispersed, and then we're going to go through July, okay? We have Alabama at July the 1st. We have California, there's another date, July the 23rd. Connecticut is going to continue all Fridays until June is complete. Delaware, June 29th. DC, regular issuance. Hawaii, July the 11th. Illinois is going to continue up until the 29th of this month. Kansas, July 15th through the 24th. Louisiana has one more date on the 25th of June. Maryland will continue all the way up until the end of this month. Massachusetts, July the 1st. New Hampshire, we have July the 3rd and the 15th. New York City is going to continue up until the 29th. North Carolina, we have up until the 30th, and then a final run on July the 1st. Ohio, I believe tomorrow, June the 22nd. Oregon, we have June the 29th and then July 1st. Pennsylvania, we have the 22nd through the 25th, the 28th through the 30th, and then a final run on August the 5th. Utah, June the 26th. West Virginia, final run July 13th. Wisconsin, August the 13th, okay? That was for June. Now, I already wrote it down. For July, we have 7 states. We have Alaska, July the 1st through the 31st. DC, regular issuance. Hawaii, August the 8th. New Jersey, July the 1st through the 5th. Oregon, July the 11th, 28th, and then a final run August the 1st. Rhode Island, July the 3rd, and then Wisconsin, July the 16th, and then September the 10th. All right, you guys, as always, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you in the least little bit. Do me a favor. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. Definitely helps to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. As always, I'm going to encourage you guys to drop some hearts down below. Let's keep it with the theme of, what is this, Minnie Mouse? Let's drop some red hearts down below. Let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. As always, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace, y'all.